know, so many people watch opportunities go by and wish they'd gotten that training.
What we have to cope with is the nerves and the tension of it.
Take a deep breath and come along for the reprise of one of the great rides of Olympic history.
Next to stay, Jayne Torvill and Christopher Dean.
No, you haven't gone through a time warp. This is happening again. Torvill and Dean are back after 10 years, an Olympic lifetime. Back, they say, to prove they're better than ever. Back taking the biggest risk of their lives and taking the world along with them.
Did you really say that you thought that Christopher was drunk when he first came up with this idea?
I did say that, yeah. I mean, I didn't think he was drunk, but because it was very early in the morning, but maybe he could have been from the night before, I don't know. But I didn't take him quite seriously.
And why should she? There was Jayne Torvill, nicely ensconced in a fashionable corner of London, reaping the benefits of a lucrative professional career, no pressure, no judges. And there was Christopher Dean, similarly happy on his English country estate, acknowledged as the most gifted, most original choreographer the sport had ever known, and maybe its best skater, too. The two of them had given the world Bolero. Remember Bolero? It was more than just a free dance routine. It was a cultural touchstone, a time reference. Where were you during the moon landing? Where were you for Bolero? It was, and how many things in life are, perfect. And at the Olympics 10 years ago in a place called Sarajevo, it was given perfect marks. But here they are again.
I wouldn't repeat it twice. Maybe just once is enough and then go on into something else.
I'll turn around. Now do it. So are you comfortable at that?
Well, normally it gets that. I'm also making space for you to step across.
On the rink 6 days a week since last summer, risking everything they had accomplished, trying to prove that they not only once were the best, but that they still are.
We have a persona about us as well. When people see us go out there, it's not just another couple going out there, it's Torvill and Dean going out there. And when we're skating our 4 minutes, it's not 4 minutes just put together. There's a wealth of 19 years of skating together being seen in that 4 minutes. And that's what it's about. It's about maturity of who we are as people, and I hope that that will be reflective of what we're doing with our skating.
But one person's maturity is another person's age. He's 35. She's 36, for crying out loud. And this is a sport for teenagers. Even people in their hometown of Nottingham, England, where they've named streets after them, wonder out loud what could possibly have made them come back.
Well, they're good when they started out, when they were, but they've got a bit old now, aren't they? So I think they ought just to quit.
I think particularly ice dancing lends itself to a more mature person.
You have to say that, don't
I
we?
have to say that, yeah.
But then you would say that, wouldn't you?
Yes.
After all these years, they may still have that thing called style. But in the stands now, Chris's girlfriend, former American and world champion Jill Trenery, and Jayne's husband, Chris, now sit nervously.
Somebody was telling me that the actual success rate of people coming back is very low. You know, the people that were trying to make a comeback. And I suppose that's the risk that we take, but we feel that it's something that we want to do.
All they've accomplished, they put on the line again. Is this great or what?
Torvill and Dean, they'll be skating later on. Right now, first up on the ice is the French pair, Sophie Moniotte and Pascal Lavanchy.
So here they come. The free dance is 4 minutes in length. And this is the peak program of any ice dancer's performance. Sophie Moniotte, Pascal Lavanchy, as we expected, mainly in the ballroom style. They had a few little lifts, the little jumps, and their interpretation of the music was good. It changed, but their movement around the ice was of the style prior to the, shall we say, entertaining style. All ice dancing, of course, is very entertaining, but there are differences in looking at it. But with Sophie and Pascal, as I say, they were fifth after the earlier parts of the competition, 5th in Europe, and now looking to see how they're going to fare with the judges here in Hammer.
Well, they will be so pleased to have got through the routine in the manner intended. No hiccups this time, as in the European Championship in Copenhagen when they tripped. Music by Berlin, Gershwin, Kern, Fields. And they performed it very well indeed. The French coaches were saying that they wanted the support from the ISU, having gone as directed to ballroom dancing. And they stuck with the same performance, and they produced it better. And for technical merit have picked up 3 5.7s and 4 5.6s. Very good for the French.
5.6, 5.6, 5.6, 5.7.
She 24, he's 25.
5.7. Thank you.
From Cote d'Ivoire and Colombes, respectively. 5.8 from Great Britain, 5.8 from France, 5.8 from Czechoslovakia. Well, all credit to them. That's good enough to take them into first place. It's unanimous from the judges. They've gone ahead of the third-ranked Russian couple, Krylova and Fedorov. New leaders are from France. We'll be back for more figure skating.
On the ice, representing Russia, Maya Usova, Alexander Zhulin.
A warm welcome for the first of the medal contenders. Maya Usova, Alexander Zhulin. Last year they were European and world champions. This year they finished third in Europe, and although equal on points, were placed second because Jayne and Chris beat them in the original dance. It all depends now on the next 3 3/4 minutes. Usova, Alexander Zhulin of Russia. A very, very smooth program. It had a couple of moments of comedy in it, almost. Skated with the smooth style that they have become accustomed to using, and to which the audience is also very accustomed to watching. Usova and Zhulin have a great number of supporters, but it's going to be very interesting because they are going to set the standard for the medals.
Well, like the Finns who follow them and come immediately before Torvill and Dean, they took their music from La Strada, Nino Rota, from the soundtrack, and I think they performed it with much more flow and a touch of pizzazz compared with Copenhagen in the European Championship. Moments of humour, slapstick one might say. Very nicely together. Contained one lift which started with a certain amount of concern. This is it. Felt. But then he placed her back on the ice with a nice flowing edge. Coach Natalia Dubova. 5-9 from Belarus, that's to be expected. She was the judge who put them above Jayne and Chris in the original dance, but the rest are 5-8s. They will certainly be new leaders because the artistic mark is going to come pretty close to that.
Thank you.
How much room are the judges leaving with others to come? Oof. A couple of 5-9s, then 3 more 5-9s and a 5-9 at the end. 5-8 from Great Britain. They're unanimous again. New leaders, the world champions in front.
5-8, 5-8, and 5-9. Thank you.
Interesting.
On the ice, representing Finland, Susanna Rahkamo, Petri, Kokko.
On the ice there, Susanna Rahkamo and Petri Kokko of Finland. Very popular skaters, of course, in Scandinavia and around the world as well. 4th in the Europeans this year, 4th in the world last year, and lying 4th. Susanna Rahkamo, Petri, Kokko of Finland. A program that started like that and finished like that. All right, in the middle it had its ups and downs, but the next skaters to come on the ice are now looking, well, yes, you can see they know they are the next to go, and as they step onto the ice to have a couple of steps around before they're called, they know that once they start, they've got 4 very vital minutes to fill. Crowd, of course, still looking at Kokko and Rahkamo, but Jayne and Chris easing up as they move around, and Rahkamo and Kokko go off to accept their marks. So, Jayne and Chris lying in first place, equal on points, but in first place and ready and waiting.
Well, not easy for them to come on when the previous couple were given such an ovation. In spite of the fall in their program, Finns were well liked and skated their program quite beautifully. It's calm now, and a wait for the marks. Jayne and Chris ease the tension. This is what they knew they would face when they made the decision to come back. Let's first get the marks for the Finns. A couple of 5.7s. Not as good as they might have hoped for. To be frank, the rehearsal this morning was better than the performance this evening. They are always just outside the top 3, except on one occasion in Europe. 5.8 from Russia, and from France and from Canada. They are behind Usova and Zhulin, as expected, and the real battle is now on. The world champions lead. The Olympic champions of 10 years ago wait to skate past them.
On the ice, representing Great Britain, Jayne Torvill-Dean.
A really marvellous reception for Jayne and Chris as they prepare for their free dance. 4 minutes, and will decide where the medals go in this Olympic Games. absolutely marvelous. What a tremendous reception. Those changes to the program, 80% of the changes, captured the public imagination in this building halfway through, and you heard them clapping and stamping and cheering as Jayne and Chris skated a really marvelous program. All those new moves brought it back to where it was. And they stand, as do many of the audience, and receive a tremendous round of applause, well deserved, because that was Jayne Torvill and Christopher Dean at their best.
And a performance that they were looking for and found, and which has put enormous pressure on the last couple to go. There are one or two people here who said that they lacked pace. The build to the climax there was as good as they could possibly have made it. Just one move in front of the judges that perhaps wasn't as clean as they would have wished. It's been so difficult for them to put all these changes in such a short time. But look at this. Now she comes down. Beautiful flow. Seen that before. There were one or two memories of Mack and Mabel and Barnum. Beautifully controlled roll. This is the finish. Look as she comes down. Straight on the ice and continuing. Hush of expectancy around the amphitheatre at Hammer. What will the marks be? 5-9-1 as there was, but down to 5-6 from Germany. The crowd don't like these marks. They're not as good as Jayne and Chris would have hoped. You can see in his face that he feels exactly as the audience do. She looks a touch more resigned to it. Too many 5-7s on the 1-5-6 from Germany. 5-9-6 from Great Britain. 5-9s. Applause all around the rink. But they are in second place. Only the British judge has placed them first. We'll be back. The two Russian couples for the gold.
Russia, Oksana Grishuk, Evgeni Platov.
And in the European Championships, it was this couple, Oksana Grishuk and Evgeni Platov, who won the free dance. They were second in Europe, second in the world last year. They were lying third, but if they win this, they could take the gold. Oksana and Evgeni performed that as well as they did in Copenhagen. Very bright, a very jazzy, a very show-busy number, but the steps all very good, very fast, very together, and the feeling was there. Now we have to wonder and see how the judges will compare this, because they are still in the position, if they were to win this free dance, they could be in there with the gold. They're getting a good reception. I must say, it's not as big a reception as Jayne and Chris got, but we shall see how the judges feel.
Well, and I think the crowd wanted the former Olympic champions to win. Maybe the applause for this Russian couple was more than for the previous Russian couple, Usova and Zhulin. Formed this rock and roll very well. Very, very pacey. That's what has brought its appeal. Some of it is intricate, some of it is just pacey. Looked a little concerned on the lift, and then a nice facial expression. And he in total control. These two coached by Natalia Linachuk and Ludmila Vlasova. And the technical merit marks: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5.9s for technical merits. That is better than Usova and Zhulin. If the artistic impression mark matches that, they will be the Olympic champions. 6 from Russia. 5.9, 5.9. They've done it. They have taken the Olympic title. Torvill and Dean finished with the bronze. There's a variation there. The British judge had them third. The Belarusian judge had them third, and the judge from Ukraine had them third, but the majority have made them the Olympic champions of 1994 in ice dancing.
So, up onto the medal podium soon after go the new Olympic ice dance champions, Oksana Grishuk and Evgeni Platov, who prove, I guess, that rock and roll still rules. Silver to their comrades in arms, Usova and Zhulin, the reigning world champions who took the bronze, of course, 2 years ago in Albertville. And Olympic bronze tonight to Torvill and Dean. They must be disappointed, especially in the judging, I would think. However, a brave comeback by the 35-year-old Dean and 36-year-old Torvill, and no doubt their last venture into the Olympic spotlight. Stay with us. The second round of jumps